Welcome to the General's Gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to Company of Heroes 2. We are casting a 2 versus 2 match today. Spawning in as our allies, playing as the US with the double rear echelon. I don't know what the hell this is. Siddolio. His teammate playing as the Soviets, Cruzz.
Their opponents in for a good time against double rear echelon will be Talisman as the OKW and his ally Hooligan as the OKW as well.
So we just finished casting some Kane's Wrath, and I had a bit of a spiel about the fact that we jump around between so many different RTS games without necessarily spending much time playing them, at least, nowadays. And it sort of makes me appreciate certain things, and it also makes me get frustrated by things that I expect to be there that aren't. So for example, I double clicked on the player names, assuming that it would actually move the camera to their HQ, but it didn't. I had to manually click on their base. Ugh. Too difficult. 5me.
Okay, rear echelon purely gonna try and just delay caps, I'm guessing. Double Strum Pioneer kind of makes sense. Double rear echelon is like, what?
Well, this was really good play though.
Yeah.
Baiting out the Stern Pioneers, because it's a really valuable squad, whereas the Echelon are not. So he's basically wasted the Stern Pioneers' time. May even drop some... No, not a model drop, which is probably what you want in this situation. You want to prevent the Stern Pioneer squad from being able to take any decent trades. OKW, you don't get medics for quite some time, so that's going to definitely cripple what the squad can do.
Yeah, I guess that certainly is a point. It's weird that Strum Pioneers went that deep. That doesn't really make much sense in a 2v2. In a 1v1 it does because you want the ideal trade, but if you just go for it in a 2v2, then you're just going to get collapsed upon by multiple squads and forced off, as we saw there. Flanks is not a thing in 2v2s. Not really. It's about grouping up in unit compositions and a lot of things.
I thought it was about mortars. Isn't that what 2Ds are about?
I mean, that's the other 50%, yes, is just mortars. But
though the region wasn't connected for a while. Finally just now being connected here.
Kind of interested. Where'd that second rear echelon squad go? Okay. Again, it's just like capping in heavy cover, I'm guessing. So rear echelon trade fine in heavy cover. So.
Yeah, he's taken both really good engagements with these echelon. So that's the caster's curse for you. He ends up doing very well with this opening double echelon. But great spot for the Volks Grenadiers to be in with their sandbags. They will get collapsed upon them. Nice incendiary grenade.
Nasty dodge though.
Yeah, the cons are pretty low, so they gotta be careful about that grenade.
Well, that was close to being a wipe, but Volks should be fine. I'll maybe drop one more model here, but should be good. Still being actively watched, which is good to see. This is a really key garrison in the north side of the map that has been taken. We saw one of the Strum Pioneer squads built some wire outside of the doorway, so it will be hard for our allies to take that garrison.
Really good early game so far from the allies.
Yeah, great.
Double engineer as well, so you can go for a flamer without having to worry about lacking the minesweeper. But that is also kind of strange that, why do they both have the engineers? Okay, this one already has the flamer. Did you go T1? Is he looking for scout cars? No, going for penals. Because generally you'll see double engineers early on if there's going to be scout cars coming out.
Could be penal into the scout car though. It's also possible.
I think it's a bit too late for that. Yeah,
I don't know, but it's just like any time is the right time if it's garrison denying, and at this point in the game, like penals are a better choice because there aren't. Eventually, the access is going to get forced back to these key garrisons, and then garrison taking is going to be really important. But at the moment, I think the penals is a good choice. So.
Yeah, penals are a strong squad.
I think like any time between now and the next couple of minutes is still a good spot for a clown car. There's nothing else that's going to come out that is more of a threat. Like a reactive Raketin will eventually be built, but it's going to take a bit.
But they both have their trucks
Tier 1s,
now,
yeah.
so
Okay,
they're both going to have access to the Panzerfausts.
Yeah.
Where an early scout car
trucks,
is nice against OKW because they don't get those Fausts. And then the fact that it's OKW, they don't get the 2-2 either, so you get a bit of a decent amount of time. Now this is a good engagement here from Siddolio, getting 2 rifles on the flank there with a conscript for support. Volks Grenadiers probably going to hop into this house though.
Yeah, he gets traded out. Rifleman weren't close enough to try and secure it, so the boss will grab it now. It's a pack Howie from Siddolio. So you're already investment into indirect fire. Went straight to that captain into the pack Howie. Knows exactly what's up.
Squads are rather low.
Yeah, no ambo. And I don't think we have medics. Do we have medics yet from cruzz? Because then we could just be sharing heals.
Oh, you dodge into the Stern Pioneers. He's going to have to retreat through that grenade as well. This could be a really bad retreat for these riflemen. Oh, pretty late as well. Oh my god.
Oh, drops the front model. Oh, just out. Okay. That was very close. Even taking the garrison, I don't think they're going to be there in time. So, yeah, this is not good synergy. If you're going to delay, particularly Siddolio, if you're going to delay an ambo like that, especially when you're going to need heals soon, and your opponent, your ally doesn't have it, you're in some serious trouble. So, it's got to be an ambulance next from Siddolio, but
Well, it'll be a Stuart, I'm assuming.
no way. You really think he's going to go Stuart with this many low squads? Like,
I mean, otherwise
it looks like it, but yeah. I mean, I would just, I don't know. I feel like you should just give up map control and and go ambo.
Oh,
yeah.
he's changing his mind. No, go for a Stuart.
Damn it!
So the thing is
Why do me like this, Siddolio? Why you have to do me like this?
yeah, you know what? He's definitely creating a rift between the generals, gentlemen. Our relationship is getting a little bit vicious now, and
I mean, it's strained.
it's not helping because of
No.
Siddolio being so inconsistent like that. But I mean, the way that I see it, right, is it doesn't matter if your squads have 0 health. If you have a Stuart, your opponent can't do anything. I mean, there's a preemptive Raketten though, which is nice, but generally a light vehicle is more important than medics. Because you're forcing away squads with the light vehicle. The infantry aren't doing anything. The infantry is just capturing points and maybe holding territory in good locations. This pack Howie's going to be great though, because there's a lot of range, so it can cover a lot of the map with the US mortar, quite short range, hard to have it in a really good spot where it's covering more than one location. Especially in this position here, it's just so vulnerable to getting flanked.
All right, so what is your damn Stuart doing? Go check
Mate,
it out.
Don't hate the play, hate the game.
Bro. I wanna just hate on Siddolio right now. I'm gonna spend the rest of the class, the cast, hoping he drops squads. So.
Ooh, that's pretty deadly.
Yeah, nasty. It's like half track, and I think the Panzer 2 would have been finished before the Stuart got revealed as well, because you don't really want that. But I think it got finished from Hooligan. Yes, it did.
Yeah, the P2's out.
Yeah.
I think it'll be fine. He's got a
He's got a
Raketten.
Raketten, so yeah, I guess it's fine.
So the flak half track. I mean, maybe that's a little bit of overlap, having both the flak half track and that Panzer 2. But
That's what I was thinking. But I mean, I don't think the Stuart can really dive them. It definitely has damage pressure, so we'll limit their usefulness. But I think the Stuart isn't necessarily going to dive and kill anything, especially with the threat of shoe mines out. No rifles as well. They're going to get forced off.
it's Soviet mine, so that won't blow up.
Oh,
a
bit
Stuart.
pressure down the south as well, from on the left-hand side from cruzz, 270. Gonna be pushing out. Oh, stops a shoe mine as well. That's gonna be nasty. Can maybe chase down a Volsk here.
Yeah, there's no mines here. This is where a great mine spot would have been. Wanted to mine deeper than that.
Yeah, that shoe mine would have been great.
Gets the white.
Damn.
Flak half track won't be able to do much. Yeah, see. Still no medics, but like it just doesn't matter because
The Ambo's such a good unit.
because because it heals everyone.
It's AoE heals. It's like it's like the best one in the entire game in that sense, in like a team game sense, where you have to heal multiple squads because the medics don't have to heal individual ones like one by one. Look at that. That's crazy.
Isn't that beautiful?
I think we've
Oh, whoa, what's this? That's not beautiful at all. Oh, nice blocking with the Panzer II. Beautiful.
270 gets finished off easily. That's the
Oh, Stuart, no, don't have any of it. Though, actually, that being said, you could try and get a wipe on the Raketten. It does retreat, so now Stuart can go back in. That T70 was too deep because it was fine going this deep for the retreat, because his opponents were out of position, but the fact that he lingered around. I mean, diving deep is fine, but you can't stay that deep for very long. You got to back out once you do what you got to do. Once you kill a squad wipe, get a squad wipe, or whatever it is that you're looking for that deep engagement.
I feel like half-track usage has been awesome with that. It's like the second or third time that the VP capture has been denied. Now the Stuart's going to rotate over. There's going to be a Puma on the field soon. There's a Raketten setting up. So Stuart dives this, it's going to go down. It's the first Raketten shot.
A little bit surprised that he went for the Puma, given that they already killed the T-70. They have bazookas. Actually, a lot of bazookas on the Echelon.
I guess it's a guarantee against the Stuart. Could always ambo dive as well, but it's like it's a bit of a throwaway.
Oh, a lot of Zooks here, but they're taking damage from the negative cover. Wow, the P2 is getting so low. Probably not going to get out in time.
No way.
But that being said, the engineers are just getting absolutely murdered. They drop a bazooka. Yeah, see, that was the play was good. Just what he didn't factor in was the negative cover.
Yeah.
And there was a bit of small arms damage coming out from the Stern Pioneers and the Volks, so the Echelon just got absolutely butchered.
Man, that was such a micro close moment, because the animation. Did you see the animation start for the bazooka? Just before he clicked retreat, the animation started. So what he was trying to do, and it was a good play, because in order to not lose the Echelon there, he had to retreat as soon as possible. Was to use the bazooka, and as the animation goes off, you retreat. But the retreat was like a tiny bit early, and even now the Stuart's slow, and the Puma's going to go for the dive.
Wow, yeah, that Stuart's going to be so dead right now. No support AT behind this. Rifle squad grenade may connect, but down goes the Stuart. Puma, nice work.
Allies are not looking good all of a sudden. Stern Pioneer stealing a bazooka, Echelon going down, Stuart going down, T-70 going down. All of the light vehicle pressure falls.
Yeah, they don't have any upgraded weapons either. There's no bars just yet. I guess there's one on this captain because he spent a lot of it in bazookas. STG Volks coming online for both of our players. HMG is going to make it harder for the infantry. So this is looking pretty solid. For the Axis, they have the map control. They already have a VP advantage as well.
389 compared to the 426, so Allies down a little bit.
Just a Panzer headquarters. It's going to be a really good location.
Yeah.
So that's the cutoff, so you really want to have that held.
There's a lot of fighting around that area. If you lose the garrison, that's generally where units push up to take the cutoff, so it's a good spot. We'll deny all of that heavy cover. All the natural heavy cover.
HMG in that house. A lot of fortifications we're seeing.
And that's the other good thing you think about. If you look at the Panzer headquarters and where it is, like, now Talisman can go sandbags. Look at where the sandbags are from Talisman. Talisman's going to start putting sandbags down behind that garrison. And, like, he can put them anywhere he likes as long as they're within range of the Panzer headquarters, which is nice. Otherwise, you normally don't want to go for that kind of heavy cover in an area that your opponent might be able to take, particularly on your cutoff. But if the Panzer headquarters is covering it, you can go heavy cover wherever you want. Yeah, where the sandbags go down.
You're not restricted to just putting them behind capping circles. No, only commander is Hooligan. He's gone for his special operations. An SU-76.
Yeah, I got built earlier. So, yeah, Cruz went for it straight up. We're good at dislodging support weapons. I was like, oh no, wait, that's Talisman going for the Obers. I was thinking Hooligan was, so he could go SGGs or something, but it's actually, Talisman is going double Obers hold up. It's one way to spend your manpower. You would be pleased if I was playing this game. Just spend your manpower, Blake. Okay, cool. Double Obers hold up. That'll do. Well, it's going to be a nasty retreat, but trucks save lives.
So double Obers is often quite risky to light vehicle pressure, but they've already killed the light vehicles, and they have the fuel lead. So that threat isn't there in the way that it normally is.
That's a bundle.
Yeah, same. He actually retreated the flak half track, not having faith enough in that grenade.
Ooh, they got 2 over models.
Yeah, that's obviously
Holy reinforce.
Always the threat though of the 4-man squads. 13 kills on this pack howitzer. That's doing well so far. And it doesn't look like there's any other indirect fire. no infantry support gun. And Cruzz doesn't have anything. He went for his tier 1, so he's got a sniper.
Yeah, sniper. Yeah. Guess he can go sniper. It's fine, I suppose. We'll be good against the ogres. Double sniper. Wow. Okay. Right. Even better against the ogres.
Oops.
Not if they're not stealth though. The ogres don't take kindly to having their models dropped.
Yeah, they just got to be. Snipers have to be so careful of negative cover. Negative cover, LMG burst.
Yeah.
I mean, this Pack Howie is basically a sniper at this point. But there's a few nice locations for the sniper. Like this middle VP is great. Just has to be careful of the flanks. The left is. It's a little bit harder because there's a few shot blockers. There's buildings, there's walls and so forth.
Give Cruzz some more soft anti. Sniper's a soft anti-garrison as well, so that's also a possibility how he uses that. I expect the snipers to be used together though. I don't think using them separately would be very effective, but using them together against squads like the ogres would be really smart. We've seen that mine revealed.
Only 2 kills in this Panzer II. Oh, Suka.
Nice choice. Dangerous to the snipers as well.
That was revealed. Is that a major arty? Must have been. Yeah, major arty.
It's handy.
Not major arty, major recon.
I think they were paying attention. So.
Wow, did he blow that up with the Pack Howie?
What was it?
The flak half track.
Right, okay.
Maybe it was the AT gun.
Was.
Yeah, it must have been the AT gun. That's what it was. Actually, that's probably why he went the recon, was to see that.
Oh, okay, right. Yeah, I get you. It was just as a lucky afterthought got the
Ooh, there it is.
the Stuka. Yeah, there's the double sniper. There's the danger. Insta forces off the oversold army. Provided the snipers don't go down, it's a really good investment of micro from Cruzz.
Nice retreat. Soft retreat. Surprised he didn't actually go for the house as well, though. I would assume that he would try to angle to get that the building as well, but I guess he just really wanted to make sure he hit the snipers.
It was on retreat path.
Yeah.
The Stuka was on retreat path. Had the snipers started to retreat instead of soft retreat, if they hard retreated, the Stuka might have hit them.
We should be seeing medium vehicles soon. Yeah, Talisman going for his Panzer IV. Sherman's being built by Siddolio. Cruzz. Has he gone tier 4? Yes, he's gone tier 4. So I expect he'll go for a Katusha.
A little more indirect fire would benefit the allies. Packhouse is doing plenty, but it's kind of centralized on this VP. There's so much action there, the Packhouse really doesn't have to move and shouldn't be moving.
Yep.
There needs to be something on the left-hand side, or more mobile indirect fire to deal with the support weapons on the left, because both of our OKW players have support weapons that need to be forced off. Squads in heavy cover and in garrisons.
Snipers have rotated to the right side.
Yeah, they need to stay active. Man, they might get another volley off here. That could be dangerous. Second shot. Okay, nice retreat.
I think that sniper was aiming at the Sturms.
Right. Okay.
This is probably just an A move command. This is where the snipers will be very useful right now.
Yeah.
There's a lot of mines around though.
There are a lot of dangerous shoe mines, so I'm hoping that Cruzz sweeps in front of him, because otherwise the snipers might just path into a shoe mine and die.
Yeah, there's a lot of mines. Wow.
Wipe both the snipers. So.
Yeah, that's the Stuka firing once again. And the HE Sherman starting to enter the battle. Oh, I think he just hit the major, so that's not really a big deal though. Oh, this Sherman's taking some damage. Oh my god, the Raketten and the P4.
That's way too deep. You should never put yourself in those kind of pathing problems. Like, the Sherman drove in, now you've got a hedge on one side, VP on the other side, your mobility is just shot.
Yeah, it's an iffy spot to be. Man, that's really bad news for the Allies now.
Yeah, they're losing everything.
Third anti-tank gun. And that's fine, but the Stuka can just reliably kill them. So that's that's the real weakness here, is the vulnerability to the Stuka. And the howitzer as well is going to be excellent from Talisman. He's locked in the defensive commander.
It's going to be nasty. And he's saving the manpower right now for it. Yeah, it's going to be dodgy. Wow, that's such an intelligent choice from Talisman. Just recognizing how much our allies are going to have to invest in manpower forms of AT. Jeez. They're not going to have a good time.
Yeah, this game isn't looking good so far.
Remember when sending grenades didn't have a fuse?
Yeah. Yeah, rude. So what commanders do we have for cruzz? I mean, Armored Assault will be decent. The IL-2, the IS-2, T-34s. If they manage to get a...
They can hold out of it.
Yeah, get to that late game situation. That's always strong. Oh, this is going to be a really effective wipe. A really punishing wipe.
There's one squad on a retreat path. Oh, the bolts don't chase!
Well, neither does the Panzer
it's
too.
Bad communication.
Yeah, wow.
And the... Oh yeah, Strums had to retreat, I guess, but... Okay, so there probably wasn't going to be a wipe there.
Oh. The snipers could get dove.
Yeah, they could get run down.
He goes Armored Assault. Cool.
Okay, that's a good choice. It's bold, but I mean, when locked in as soon as he had enough for a T-34-85, so that was kind of the decision moment.
Yeah, T-34-85 and a decent munitions float as well. So Siddolio, what does he go for here? He has the option for priests. Rifle company, probably not. And White Fossils would be nice, but Sherman's pretty average.
Axis have retaken the middle, and both snipers have been forced to retreat. Get a lot of territory here.
Oh, this Su-76 kind of not facing where it needs to be facing, but he's corrected it. He's now engaging this P4.
The type managed to retreat. Talisman faces up with the Panzer IV, and everything gets out. Okay, do we have the howitzer yet from Talisman? I don't think so. Oh no, he does. Right, okay. I take it back.
Sense. The game sense of like the timing.
Yeah.
I guess maybe it was just the resources you were looking at.
It was just resources. Yeah.
Ooh, what was that? I don't think he got too much for that Stuka. Yeah, it's on 6 kills, so it hasn't done much. 3 of those being a major. Oh, AT grenade from the conscripts. There is a Raketten already. Well, there was that Raketten set up, but now they're both refaced. Oh, triple Raketten. Oh my god. P4 on the hunt.
This is probably a dead T-34. Oh, that shot misses.
He's on a mine. He bounced.
Hits.
So I think.
No chase.
Yeah, well, he knows that he has 3 AT guns, so that's why. He actually used.
He flared it. Yeah.
He flared and saw all the AT guns, so that was probably the best choice to not go in with the P4. P2 still having some really good pressure on this left side. I mean, either side, the left or the right, having that P2 was just so useful for holding a fuel point.
Real lack of pressure from our allies, particularly on this left, I'd say, but also on the right it is an option. That T-34 should be dead. Maybe if that Panzer IV shot penetrated, he would have gone for it, because then it would have been one shot off dead. But yeah, smart not diving into the AT guns.
So that's the howitzer. So he's preventing the VP from being captured with this barrage, and there's a triple cap on currently, so this is a nice.
257 VPs for our allies compared to the 378 of the Axis, so extended the lead out a little bit.
This isn't a good spot for the SU, but I guess the conscripts are able to force away the Raketten.
Then a straight up retreats.
Okay, Siddolio has gone the elite rifleman, and that's the Eiffel Sturmovik, so he's going to be able to force away these support weapons. The flak half track though.
Got one, I think.
No, dude, it was the Pintle.
Oh!
It was the Panzer IV Pintle that got it, because anti-air doesn't work properly.
Yeah.
It's just very RNG how it works.
Super RNG.
How would you feel if you're that anti-air half track?
Pretty bad.
You have one
You
job.
just kind of you have your idea, and you just look over at this guy with a pin tool giving you the thumbs up, and it's like, friggin' Harold in his Panzer IV pin tool.
Okay, there's the Easy 8 Sherman. So this is gonna help, but they just can't go deep with it. They can't die because of all of these Raketans. Even Pack 43s will be an option at some point.
Yeah, Pack 43 covering the central VP behind that important garrison.
Okay, the P4 is taking some damage.
Well, not much important garrison anymore. We can actually use the wreckage of the important garrison. Would be good. So.
Yeah, he blew it up with his Pack Howie.
That garrison rarely lasts 25 minutes.
Look at that. Just accidentally dodged the shoe mine. Yeah, the P4 was hoping he'd hit it.
For it. Yeah.
He still may go into it, by the way.
Oh, yeah, straight into it. Okay, as the damage engines, the P4 in position to turn this round, and the Raketan's already moving up, but it's in stealth mode.
Yeah, something smoked off that Raketan. This Easy 8 Sherman has an AT gun for support, but the P4, I think it's protected.
2 bounces, 3 bounces now. Bounce from the Raketen, 2 bounces from the Panzer IV. It's unfortunate.
He's used the arty flares, but he's out of range.
That was actually a really nice Raketen arc. You see the Raketen arc? It was like just enough to give it one shot at the Sherman when it set up, before it turned.
It's a dangerous game for the Allies, running through this howitzer barrage.
I mean, they have to try and contest this middle BP, they're just bleeding. Moment. Okay, at least we're in armored assault timing zone, so that was a good lock-in by Cruzz, and head up towards an IS-2 if he wants to. Also, obviously, we got the lock-in from Siddolio.
Yeah, I think he'll just spam T-34s. The IS-2 is generally not very good.
Kind of a weird lock-in from Siddolio, actually, in the stage of the game.
Oh no! Wow, the sniper barely survives. So, Talisman has the howitzer. He has a lot of options here. He can go for a King Tiger. He can go for additional emplacements. I guess he doesn't have any pop cap, so he's a little bit limited in that sense.
Yeah, pop cap's the problem. It's one of those compositions you don't really want to get rid of anything. Probably, if anything, just get rid of the flak half track for something.
But what are you going to use to shoot down aircraft? What if they send planes at you?
I don't know, man. Good Faust timing from Talisman with the P4 shot doesn't penetrate. People's having a bad time against this Easy 8.
So many shoe mines. Wow, 3 battles happening here at once. Okay, the AT gun A moves through a couple of obers.
What AT gun?
The white phosphorus is deployed. That's going to force away those obers.
Force retreat. So it's actually good white phosphorus because it's guaranteed model drops to make sure the AT gun can be captured. I think you really want to capture stuff with obers, but still. Nice usage.
Yeah, the howitzer hasn't done much. But I think it's just really RNG is the only reason why. The barrages have been, you know, pretty good.
I mean, they've just been area denial barrages though. Like, yeah. Talisman isn't trying to wipe anything, he's just stopping the Allies from setting up any kind of a defensive hold on the central VPs. It's doing its job. All the howitzer should be doing is just denying the air. It doesn't matter if it drops models or not.
So no sign of caches for the Allies. Munitions caches would be really good with both the IL-2 and the white phosphorus, both very powerful off maps. That being said, it's actually the Scots, the M8 howitzer carriage. Not a bad idea actually, because it's mainly you know, MG Raketans. And the obers too, they can wipe the obers pretty easily if they're lucky.
And Scots don't have to worry about the howitzer.
Yeah. Oh wow, once again the sniper barely survives.
Yeah. The other ones are already retreated, so.
Oh, the Puma, hero of the people, is gonna get the kill.
Do it, Puma. Do it to him. Do it to him, Puma. I'm pretty sure the Puma's gonna die here.
Yeah.
Close to getting another shot off though.
See, that was that was one of those pop cap throwaways that was worth the shot.
Yeah.
You know, best case scenario, he kills the T-34. Worst case scenario, he opens up some pop cap for a Command Panther. I think that was him, wasn't it? Yeah, that was him. So the Command Panther. So it was very deliberate. He threw that one away.
Yeah. It's called it in pretty much instantly. So. Cruzz did go second.
Oh my god.
T-34.
Oh my god. The Major Arty on the howitzer. What a baller. He gets the Major into no man's territory, no man's land. Gets the barrage, actually destroys the howitzer. Now bear in mind, he manually bought this Major. He paid for it because he lost the initial free Major.
That was godlike.
Man, I never thought I'd see this day where like the game is turned around by Major Arty.
Takes out the howitzer, loses the veterancy. That's brutal. Great play. I mean, Talisman, it also opens up pop cap for him if we want to see more tank pressure, but that was still a great play. And Major Arty. Do you see the Major also just like keep firing, like start chunking down the crew as well? That was good, man. That was great. Maybe it is more tanks command now from Talisman. Maybe we do see an eventual KT.
Vet 2 on this Sherman. So that's just a regular smoke. Oh wow, loses the Obers to, I think it was the pack howitzer, and then finished off by an IL-2.
Just still in the air. Clearly Talisman needs more pin tools, and I'm pretty sure the saw it go down as well. The flak went down to the Sherman on the top side, so there's actually another fight over there. He's rebuilding it?
Wow.
Wow. Okay. It must just be for the anti-air, honestly, at this point. There's no reason to go for this.
He's gonna lose his Panzer too. Oh, the hold fire. Hold fire. He actually may lose this in response. Needs to throw down a smoke. Though he's backing into some AT. Already had the AP ammo popped, the HEVAP rounds rather.
Hooligan wants a metric, none of it. So yeah, back away, get out of there.
Caddy, oh that's nice.
That's nasty. It's a wipe. Maybe second one? No. Oh yes it is! Wow! Nice caddy scatter. That was really good. That was like one of the further shots, and that was the first one to hit. Good stuff.
It was a pretty close range caddy barrage, so it was yeah, deadly volley.
Yeah, it's a quick arrival time as well. The closer they are, not only are they more grouped, the arrival time is obviously quicker. The rockets don't have travel.
Using the
Really good. That was really
oh, the
good
heat
play.
rounds. Right, I think it's heat rounds they're using. Okay, the snipers are still alive. That's actually really surprising. I thought they would have died a long time ago. Either to the Stuka or just to an over LMG burst.
It's just been very active retreats coming in. Axis still control the bottom side fuel, but Allies have kind of retaken the top and they've just left the bottom. It's just not worth it at this point.
Constant usage of the arty flares.
But the game's evened out. Axis do have 120 VP lead, but in terms of compositions and resources, it's a fairly even game.
Ooh, lucky wipe. Another squad of overs.
I don't know if fresh over is the right call with the amount of indirect
Wow.
fire that's on the field.
Wasn't able to kill the crew in time. Somehow the Sherman survives. He was on 3 models there, so he was very close to not being able to hop back into that Sherman. Yeah, T-34s and P-4s are trading blows.
It's been tank battle. What's this SU-76 been doing? Where exactly is it positioned? I feel like we haven't seen it in the fray for a long time.
I think it's been hanging around the VP for the most part.
Right, yeah. In a really, I think it's just been maybe in a really defensive location, whereas like if you dive onto the T-34s, the SU-76 has a really good angle on you.
Yeah.
Because you do see that issue sometimes. If your AT is too far forward, your tank destroyers are too far forward, that while the rest of your medium tanks are getting flanked.
Oh, finally.
Ah, wow, ouch. Then your tank destroyers also get flanked, and that's a sniper going down.
Only one of them. Still has another Vet 2 sniper. They're looking for an engagement here. That AT gun is very low. SU-76 though, you know, it's vetted up, but it still has a hard time penetrating. As do the M1s. Well, the Allies have been forced off.
Yes. Been the tail of the tape for the entirety of this game. Allies getting forced off the central VP.
The what?
Tail of the tape? No? It's a announcing term for like UFC and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Well, forgive me if I don't
yeah.
watch UFC.
Yeah.
How
dare you?
This could be really bad for the riflemen. Double nade though, but is it going to be worth? Oh my god, no! That's both of his vetted rifle squads, well, 2 of them. 2 out of 3. Oh my god, what was he doing during that?
No
That's a really big blow because... I mean, I say that, but like, was it deliberate? You just don't know with the pop cap.
No, there's no way losing those rifles was deliberate. Like,
because you can
never,
pop cap abuse.
I don't think there's
with
any
US.
point you want to be like losing vetted inventory in like any game. There's like a point where you want to be losing.
No, because
vetted
rebooting the
inventory for
rifle,
anything.
so it obviously wasn't.
For any, just vetted infantry are just way too important because of capping, if nothing else. Like regardless of how the game is playing out, you just need to be able to capture points in the late game. You can't do that without vetted infantry. So.
Yeah, capping and snares. Very important.
There's just no way you want to be throwing away those units.
Oh, that wasn't
I know,
anywhere near as effective as what I
Four
thought.
weapons for sure.
It could be a P4 going down.
Going pretty deep.
He's blocked off the forward P4. Nice flank with the Command Panther, but a counter flank from the T-34 M1 as well. Gets one shot off. Sherman does go down, but the Panther's able to escape.
The T-34 now want to go on the hunt against the Command Panther, but that's backed away a long time, and any tank guys from our allies at this point are going to be without AT support. So going for the infantry instead is a great choice. Will at least be the MG forced off if nothing else.
The Sherman!
The block!
He may get out of this one in one piece despite that. Yeah, he survives. Panther's looking for more.
Been a huge amount of bounces this game, and the IO2 is actually strafing here.
Wow.
It's worn down now. I don't know what it actually went for or got during that engagement. Just went crazy, but
The heat barrage actually got a nice shot. So I think the net result of that was 1 Sherman going down and nothing going down for the Axis.
yeah.
Though the Allies do now have full map control. Well, they have
Yeah.
control of the middle, which is what feels like full map control.
at this point. So.
They still don't actually have the left side with that MG. And of course, this fuel point still hasn't been captured.
It's because they decided to recapture the bottom. So
This is actually a bad spot for the HMG because it's in front of the building. So
shots that go towards that and hit.
yeah, it's more likely to get splashed. Like that. Probably wouldn't have hit it otherwise. So it's a Panther being built by Talisman. No King Tiger in sight. Where's that Stuka going? The caddy?
Yeah,
oh
caddy.
my god, one shot's the caddy.
Ouch. Another reason that Stukas are stupid.
Yeah, I don't know how he had vision on that. Oh, it was a flare. Yeah, of course. Yeah, the arty flare in combination with the Stuka is just crazy. That 5 Panzer IV.
That 3 SU-76 as well.
I like how it's plus 16 sight range when stationary. It's not 15, it's not 20, it's 16.
It's very deliberate. You know how careful Relic are with their balance decisions and changes. So.
Well, I think what would have happened is they would have done 15, and then after thorough play testing, they would have changed it to 16. Is that another? It's only a bit 3 before. This Panther's in a pretty good spot here. Suppose the veterancy will make up for it though. They really don't like this fence, do they? Or this hedge wall, whatever it is. Maybe he's anticipating an SU-85, so he wants to just destroy all
as many
fences.
hedges as possible
Yeah.
and fences, yeah. just in case. You never know when you might want to go for an S55.
Oh wow, we actually saw the zeroing artillery. What was that used?
I don't know. I did see, yeah, I saw it go on cooldown as well, but I didn't see the reticle. I wasn't looking at that. I was looking at resources, so. Hooligan, by the way, has plenty.
Yeah, he's got a good amount. He can rebuild
Good float.
a Panther easily. The Command Panther's ready to call in.
So what does Hooligan have? Yeah. See, nothing that you want to trade out. That's always the bad point to be in. You want a tank that you can just throw away to get something. Doesn't have that.
Yeah, throwing away tanks is not a very Axis thing.
But 5 is just too strong.
Yeah, and this P2 is actually going to be scaling rather well. You know, flanking AT guns, for example, blocking his own Panther, for example. That's a sticky satchel, so that one's going to be pretty deadly. Gets the damage engine, though the Panther isn't being collapsed upon.
Yeah. Weird. Axis don't have a lot of supporting AT, but I guess the Panther showing up from Talisman is maybe what created pause for thought.
Bar on the ground.
Double neutralize at the moment. So 122 for our allies, 278 for the Axis. The VP lead has stayed very constant, but everything's been ticking down over the course of this game as well, so it is worse for the allies. 100 VPs is the danger zone.
Trying to get the bar. No, it doesn't get it. It's a hard spot to get it. That's where you may want to rotate the camera.
Yeah.
I don't know if that helps.
Didn't get it. You would have got it there. Yeah. Nice.
But I should be able to see the icon. As a spectator, I think I can... Jeez. Maybe you can't see the icon as a spectator. Like the pickup icon.
I still don't know about using these
no.
Soldatan in the middle. It really doesn't matter what squad's capping. Ha! They just get wiped. Yeah, that's my problem with going overs. If you're not going to use them on the edge of the map, there's just no point. Like, that squad in the middle could be literally anything. It doesn't matter. They aren't contributing.
The reason why I couldn't pick it up is because I think I had a tank selected. Once I'd selected an infantry squad,
Right.
the pickup icon showed up. Yeah, Panzer II is trying.
I am helping. Fairly average Stuka barrage.
There's so much indirect fire.
Is that 3 shots? Oh no, it's 2
Isn't it
shots of the
SU?
pack out. Oh no.
Oh no! Wow,
it
it's
is. Yeah,
3.
I thought so.
The pack Harry is still alive? Yeah, it is still alive, and he has the SU.
Just I saw the projectile. I'm like, is that 3 Scots? Yeah.
It's actually a nice idea because they don't have to worry about the Stuka. The Stukas are one-shot caddies. They blow up pack Howies and mortars, but the Scots will survive. Oh my god, this is insane. And they're just a lot more consistent.
But the Axis just worked it out. They know there's 3 Scots now. So there might be dive pressure coming in. Now that the Axis actually know what's going on, might stop trying to just contest the central VP and might go somewhere else. Just hold 2 of them. They're holding both of the sides at the moment.
Oh, this middle is an absolute death zone.
You didn't turn that off?
No. Well, I wasn't even sure we were going to cast again.
Right, fair enough.
I also never get this much in the mouse. Oh, cards.
Yes, cards. While we're remembering, good job. Catching me up on cards. So cards are the thing that I've been doing on the videos. You would have seen like little taglines pop up. I've probably done one already this game. If not, I'll do one now probably. They pop up in the top right-hand corner. It's like an exclamation point. Like leads you to like polls and stuff. It's just kind of funny little anecdotes to me after I've watched these casts and stuff to talk about. There's a variety of things. You'll get it if you click on it. You can do that on a phone or on website. So yeah, do check that out. Just like to see if people are... Oh, nice. Got it. Just a little interaction thing with us. There's always some pretty funny stuff on there, and we've seen a few people use it, but I'm not sure that everyone knows about it because it's not normally something that most YouTube channels utilize as a feature. So just making sure people know that it's there if they'd like to do that.
So if you see the exclamation mark, click it and select the right answer.
Yes, there's a right answer. As Callum kept saying, there are right and wrong answers there.
Just like there is a right amount of inmate howitzer carriages. That's the flares. Stuka Barrage coming down on the AT gun. No, goes for the tanks. Did a bit of damage there, but in combination with the other tank assault, it may be enough to get some kills. Panthers are going in. One T-34 drops. The other T-34 is quite wounded. Scott's taking some damage.
The anti-flares are giving vision for all of these Panthers as well, so they're utilizing their absolute max range.
Wow, White Phosphorus forces away the Raketenwerfer.
It's not going to be much supporting fire now, but the Panthers will probably just dive in on this. They start going in. And now the Panthers are actually getting focused down. There's a damage engine coming out. The Rifles have managed to get that off before they go down. All these Scots don't have damage engines, so they can easily back off. We actually have a Jackson on the field. That's what's been trading out and doing so much damage.
Yeah, just in the nick of time here. Panthers crawling away. There's a P4 at full health. The MG gets wiped, so now the middle can be captured by the allies, but this Sherman could go down. Lucky miss from the Panther.
Misses well from the Jackson. Very low SU-76.
Yeah, finally gets it. Nice
That's
work.
one of those crucial moments. Like, you think the micro battle's over, and then you let your SU-76 in and it goes down. It's a problem. It's an issue. Wow. Talisman's a 92 pop cap but has no repairs.
Yeah, cruzz is the only player who didn't want to lose units in that engagement. I guess Siddolio doesn't have much of a float either, but the Axis certainly have a float of resources, and they have a pop cap.
Yeah.
So they're looking pretty good.
And the middle's been capped now, so that's going to have to be decapped. Even tank decapped at this point. Something has to go there.
cruzz doesn't have much left. Still
No.
3 T-34s. Still has a vetted sniper. Has some cons and an engineer, but it's not exactly a lot. As you can see, only 67 pop cap. And you can use the crew repair, but you really want to save that munitions for the IL-2.
Yeah, sure.
Hooligan has had fantastic unit preservation. He's still got 3 vetted Volks, 2 Stern Pioneers, 2 Rakens and an MG. Talisman hasn't had quite the same longevity for his squads, but he's made up for it with a bunch of tanks, double Panther, double P4. He has an excellent arsenal of these Axis tanks.
So there's a Stuka firing again, and
Oh no.
yeah, you definitely need the R2. It's a weird game because there's a real lack of maps.
The vehicle crew went down.
Ouch. Yeah, you're gonna have to just chuck the Echelon in, I guess. So Echelon is still 3 models. Should cap that. I'm not even sure if he noticed though.
It's like, why isn't my tank
Siddolio
repaired?
noticed,
Wait, where is
yeah.
my crew?
Especially if our allies get forced off, that's pretty much a tank going down. That's
Okay, Double Panther looking to kill this T-34. Good back away. Still has the other T-34s within firing range. But firing range of the infantry, the Panthers have the range advantage.
I don't know what this Jackson is. Okay, there it is.
No, that's a Scott.
It's in there.
Or was it on
Oh,
screen?
no.
Oh, there it is, yeah.
Yeah.
It's another arty flare. That's so cheap, 60 munitions. Looking at the health, the Axis tanks, most of them are at full health.
See, that's the issue with friggin' mech trucks, man. Like, because that's such. It doesn't cost PopCap to have it. It's
Yeah.
essentially another repairing squad.
And Sturms are very pop cap efficient as far as repairs go. Down goes one of the Scots. Nice pick up there with the Panther.
Another reason, just like base Axis late game is better.
Certainly OKW late game, yeah.
Yeah, well, OKW, yeah, in particular, because of Western Front Army's
Whoa.
repair speed.
Well, these Rakens, jeez. Almost killing one of these Shermans, though. May get wiped if the sniper gets a lucky shot. Down goes, another Scott there. So he's only got one left. Maybe another one. No, these are not Scots.
This
Sherman
is
and
a
Jackson.
game ender from Talisman. Look, triple Volsk. So they can, at this point, they can just, not only can you just send random squads into the middle to cap points, you can also just send them to the edges of the map and just make sure the VPs get held. You just send Vol squads there. The more infantry, the better. It just takes too long for the indirect fire to force off infantry, and with 55 VPs, allies don't have the luxury of time.
Okay, so he retreated from that one. Right side attempting to be taken by the Axis. This Vet 5 P2 now is an absolute menace to the capping infantry squads. There's a Jackson here, but also a Command Panther.
Allies committing hard to this, and they know how important it is to hold this right side VP.
Triple Panther on the screen right now. The T-34 feeling the
Wow.
fury. Caddy, whoa, not where he wanted to be. Loses that one. Vet 3 T-34, but not for very long. Down that goes. Jackson doing some great damage. Has the Vet 1 now for the Hevac rounds. The Panther is staying stationary to duel this one and may beat it just by the better rate of fire, but the T-34 is going to be in front of it, looking to contribute to this battle.
It's one shot off dying now, and the command Panther is actually going to be rolling in a damage engine onto one of these T-34s. There's still a back line of AT. There goes the Jackson. The command Panther successfully hunting that one down, and the T-34 is out of position. One of them has a damage engine, and the VPs are still ticking in the Vapor Rail axis.
Down goes the Jackson. Only a bunch of medium tanks left. The juggling there of the Panther health was pretty good by the Axis. Well, Sherman's... I don't know why he's going in. That's going to be GG.
That should be it. There's the GG, and the surrender from our allies. Really nothing they could do at that point. So. The Scots were cool.
Yeah, they were cool. They wiped squads and they prevented the VPs from being capped, but ultimately this game came down to the Axis just having way more tanks. The fact that, I mean, they had most of the fuel for more of the game. Also then, you know, the Scots are obviously a big fuel investment, so just having, yeah, the overwhelming amount of tanks, and I think the unit preservation from Hooligan was just so good. Stuka ended up doing pretty well for itself, 34 kills. What else can you say? I mean, it was a nice game.
It was a good game. Yeah, I enjoyed that. Yeah, just about covered it, I think. So thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure having you with us. If you like the cards feature, spending a bit of time on that, but it's been fun.
MVP, Siddolio.
Yeah, sniper time.
How mad would people be if we missed that and there was like 100 comments being like, "Oh my god, you missed the major, Artie."
Isn't this the last time we might ever see a two-man Soviet sniper team as well?
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, not for a while because it was like the balance a preview update.
Right.
So it was, you know, a bunch of changes that may get cut due to, you know, testing and feedback and so forth. But yeah, I definitely like the idea of a Soviet one-man because the AoE is very cheesy.
Very stupid.
You just get one shot by mortars where other snipers can't. I mean, other reasons as well why the two-man sniper is just kind of weird. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you're enjoying the content, then be sure to support us on Patreon to maintain our posting schedule. And that'll wrap us up for now. See you later.